ahead. You can talk.
I was just thinking, I got you that jacket a long time ago.
Yeah. I didn't wear it that often.
No, you never wore it, and it was like $500.
No, I used to wear it. I had another. I'm a hoodie. When I have a hoodie that I like, I just wear that. Like, I was wearing that Ween hoodie for like 2 years.
Yeah, but you have like 50 hoodies.
No,
you
I don't.
literally
I got
probably
rid of a
have
bunch.
25.
No, I don't. I have like 5 hoodies.
Well, for a while, you had like 50.
I have 5 hoodies. Let's take inventory. I got one from a TV show that I worked on. I don't really like the way it...
Which one's that?
That Crank Anchors one.
Oh, yeah.
So I have that one. I'm not nuts about the fit of it.
What's the one you had that had like a bunch of safety pins on it, like on the sleeve?
That's one that I made. It had a design that I made on it.
Oh, the American Comedy Co.
Oh, well, yeah. I had the American Comedy Company sweatshirt. That was
Used to wear that a lot.
2 years. That was a solid year or two. But we're back into hoodie season, baby.
For this week.
Well,
until next week.
For the rest of the country.
Right.
It's hoodie time.
Not Hawaii.
Whatever. Alaska, Hawaii.
Hawaii, it's always warm.
Well, I love hoodie season. I love wearing hoodies, is what I'm saying.
I don't.
Yeah. Well,
I like wearing my bikini.
So I had, bikini. Your boobs popping out again.
Oops.
For those of you listening, you should watch
slip.
watch the videos because the A-Train's
Breasts.
sloppers, her sloppers flop out.
My sloppers?
Yeah.
My titties are turning into pancake titties.
No, they're not.
Orangutan
You got to stop
titties.
all the negative self-talk.
It's not negative. It's just that's how it is, honey. It's real.
What, you have dentures now?
It's not negative. It's real, baby.
Do you want to swallow?
I got
what you have in your
veneers.
mouth?
I got veneers.
We take 2 hours to get ready to do the podcast.
Well, somebody whoever used this microphone before had stinky breath, and it's like stuck in the microphone foam.
Well,
whatever.
Here we go.
So I put a mint in my mouth to sort of combat the stinkiness. I don't know if it's working though.
Let's.
Who used this before?
We got some hot gossip right here from the All Things Comedy Studios. We got
coming
Aaron,
at you live from Hollywood, California.
Coming at you live. Aaron is gonna drop the tea, dish the dirt on who used that microphone last, and then the world will know they have stinky breath. Aaron, take it away.
I have to look at who was in here yesterday. Oh, it was a guest on a podcast whose name I don't actually know.
What podcast was it?
It was one called Business Trips.
Oh, that's Mike O'Brien, right?
Yeah.
Oh, I like him. He's funny.
Yeah, those guys are funny.
It wasn't Mike or Brad. It was their guest.
Ooh, well, whoever. Sorry to Mike and what's the other guy's name?
Brad.
For having his stinky breath.
We had a fun episode with them. I wonder if they would do this podcast again.
Sure.
So what's their thing about going on a business trip?
It's like a sketch.
It's improv.
It's improv.
We do that.
Hey!
We do that here.
What the? That show's improv.
When I went to see John Early.
Well, wait. Hold on.
Well, wait. It goes along with what we're saying.
I thought we were talking about my hoodie. Okay, go ahead.
Oh, okay. Well, so he said that he did role play with some guy, and he's like, and it was fun. He's like, but to do it good, like you have to do like reach level 4 improv UCB or whatever. Uh-huh. He's like, my partner never knew the concept of a yes and, so it was like, I was like the student, he's the teacher, and I'm like, oh, I wish we could do this in your office. And he was like, this is my office. And so I was like, oh. That was funny.
Great.
And then he went into Meryl Streep, and he's like, I'm so fucking scared right now.
How does role play? I get the idea is like, people, listen, the best kind of sex, no offense to you or anybody else with a partner.
What?
But it's exciting.
What do you mean, no offense to me? What is that supposed to mean?
Well, I'm just saying that, like, the reason people do role play and stuff is, like, the excitement of, like, having, like, doing something with a stranger is exciting. You know what I mean?
Oh, yeah.
Or
you're acting out your fantasy or something of like
But when you're just doing a role playing, like you've been married to somebody for 20 years, or whatever, and it's like, yeah, put on this little Bo Peep costume.
I just don't think I could
and
take
I'll
it
dress
seriously.
like a sheep, and
Okay.
then you
Bestiality. Now that I'm
no,
up in
now,
my
yeah, that's
alley.
your thing.
I'm a girl. You're a dog. Dress up like a
okay.
dog.
Well, that if I get
and
a,
then do me doggy style.
if I get a Marmaduke costume,
Yeah.
because Halloween season's upon us.
yeah, you could be Marmaduke.
Would
sure.
would that excite you if I dressed like a dog, walked around the house, and it looked kind of
I had
like
you
a dog,
on
and
I
I
had
had
you
my
on a
wiener-
leash,
and I had my wiener hanging out through a hole,
and you
in the
painted it
dog's-
red
Yeah.
like a dog dick.
What's a good way to dye your dick? Like
Dip it in Gatorade, probably.
Well, because you can't use paint because that'll come off during the like you can't.
Honestly,
have
soak it in Gatorade. Like take a bath in Gatorade, and then your cock will be dyed red.
Or we could get it tattooed. No, I don't want.
Oh, that would be cool.
Your penis tattooed red.
Yeah, I don't know about role play. I don't think I could.
But I'm
I
like,
just
what
can't
do you
take
get
it
out
seriously.
of it? What do you get out of it? Like because it's still like it's like all right, you're dressed like Wonder Woman now.
Okay,
but
now
it's
we're
still my
having
miserable-
normal sex.
It's my
Yeah,
it's
it's
still the
like-
same two miserable people. But
Aaron does it a lot. He was telling me about how he does it. I don't know if it's with his wife because I don't.
he does it with Aaron dresses like Darth Vader, and then he has another guy dressed as Darth Maul, whatever that is, and they French.
Oh, that's cool. That's a cool fantasy. Darth Vader and Darth Maul fucking making out.
I love that. We got to put a clip of that in there. That guy, I still love that Pornhub clip of the guy in the Spider-Man outfit
like-
humping a Spider-Man dummy.
So weird.
It's the funniest thing.
He's like in a costume, just like rubbing up on it.
But you were talking about, so we were talking about hoodies.
Oh yeah,
Well, why did you bring up John Early with the role play?
role
thing?
play,
Oh,
UCB
because of
improv.
improv. Yeah, yeah.
Just
no,
going like this is my office. Oh, like you're supposed to say, okay, yeah, let's go to to my office or whatever. It just kind of like puts a stop to it.
Yeah.
And I was like, I could do that. I could do that. I said that really loud. I could do that.
Oh yeah, it's good when you're at a comedy show to just engage with the performer because they like that.
I could do that. I was yelling that out at him for most of it. Like, I agree with you. I was saying that.
Also, if you're at a comedy show and the comedian's being funny, you should let them, like, I mean, laughing and clapping is one thing, but you'd be like, yes, I know I relate to what you're saying right now.
I agree with you.
That's funny what you're saying.
I understand where the joke is there.
Do you,
I find this humorous. That's what I would say.
Yeah. We got to get your burlesque hat queued up.
Oh, God.
So maybe you could do a set later.
I don't want Jerry to see me like that.
Oh
It's
yeah,
a
we
little
do. We have a
personal.
guest. We have one of my childhood friends lined up. But before we get to him, we have a game that someone sent us. We were talking about hoodies though, and we got off the.
Okay, well, what do you want? What else? What else?
I
do
don't
you
know.
want to
You
talk
were
about?
saying you bought me this hoodie. It was an expensive hoodie.
Yeah,
and I
now
never
you're
wore it.
wearing it because now you're skinny.
I lost weight. Listen, everybody, if you
You know
are-
what Brendan signed me up for this upcoming winter break? Fat Kids Camp.
That's right.
I said, I'm not a kid, first of all. Second of all, I'm not fat. And he was like, you really should go to this.
It's not. Well, they do have fat wives camps.
Fat Wives Camp.
Yeah,
That's funny.
I'm sending my wife to fat wife camp.
That would be fun.
Maybe that's a good idea for a movie.
They just give you Ozempic for like a month.
No, it's like fat. Has there ever been a movie about fat kids camp?
Yes.
I
Haven't
mean, there's
you
like-
seen Heavyweights?
Yep,
Oh, heavyweights. Well, let's make that, but it's wives. Like
funny.
husbands send their fat wives to.
Did you ever see the Mr. Show one where Bob like turns into like a monk for some reason? And then it's like the monks against the fat kids camp.
Oh, that rings a
And
bell.
then the monks like they're like killing the fat kids so they can win the triathlon.
Maybe
or
we
whatever.
should rewatch Mr. Show.
There are some clunkers. I have the
Well,
DVDs, or my
it's-
dad does, and sometimes I'm like, oh, this one's kind of like
It's 30 years old now.
I know, but
Everything's 30 years old now. Like Weezer,
including me, this
Yeah.
pussy.
Why do you stop? Okay, this is a new. Everybody, I have an
This
announcement.
pussy cat. That's what I meant.
Okay.
30 years old. Gross.
This is an announcement.
Disgusting.
Ladies and gentlemen, the World Record Podcast now is from now on. There's no bad words on the podcast.
Boo. 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 Okay, what's the game?
All right. So I was sent this. I was sent a game by a world record Patreon member. If you're not a Patreon member, you should join. There's extra stuff. A Voice Memos with Amanda's back.
For now.
Everybody put your hands together and pray that the A train, please, Lord, let the A train.
How about this? I'll do more voice memos if I get a cum shot. Cum tribute.
Do you really want people sending you that? You don't want, if somebody sent you that, you would regret it immediately.
I don't think I would.
Somebody sent you okay. So if you guys don't know what people know what a cum tribute is, and that in post.
Cum's not a bad word. Sperm. You're talking about sperm.
A sperm tribute. What that is people print out a photograph of a celebrity,
or they'll do it directly onto their iPad or their tablet.
Yeah, which I don't get. I mean, I guess maybe it's an easier. I don't know. Whatever. Yeah. So that you get a photograph of a celebrity that you're attracted to, and then you make a video of it's just your penis and that photograph, and you wank it until you shoot on.
And then you take a picture. Then you take a picture of your.
Well, it's usually a video,
goo.
Isn't it?
A video or a picture.
That's right, because you're the one who discovered, and I don't even know how you discovered.
How did I?
On Twitter, #cumtribute. This is like 10 years. This is when I was doing the Bone Zone.
Yeah.
We were all into cum tributes.
Cum tribute a frog or something.
Cum tribute a frog. Yeah, like we were trying to get people to get a picture of a frog and do a cum tribute on it.
I just remember thinking, what?
How did you find that?
I don't even remember.
Well, but then the cum tribute, I guess the definitive portion of the cum tribute is, so you do that, you get a picture of like Angelina Jolie or what's that other lady who I'm thinking of?
Sydney Sweeney.
No, whatever.
Nicole Kidman.
Somebody tell me the lady I'm thinking of.
Nicole Kidman.
Nope.
Jessica Alba.
Nope. She's in, who's the girl who was in the Professional when she was little?
Natalie Portman.
Natalie Portman. So you get her when she's older, right? You don't do it when she's in the Professional. And you wank off onto a photograph of her.
Yeah.
And then when you have your blast, after you've blasted on it,
you take a picture of
you take a photo of the gas.
You take a picture of the picture covered in cum, and then you send it to them, #cumtribute. You tag them.
Say, hey, look what I made for you.
It's a cum tribute.
It's a cum tribute.
So if someone wants to do that of me,
people to do that, print out a picture of you, and then
I honestly don't think I.
Okay.
What's the harm in that? It's better than a dick pic.
But you see, you don't look at the Patreon account. I don't want to look at these pictures.
Okay, we had this conversation like a year ago, and you were like, "What? I'm going to get all this." Nobody sent one. No one's ever going to send one.
They respect me enough to not make me look at their cum. I don't want to look at your cums, guys. But
there's nothing wrong
if you
with
want
it.
to,
that's the only way I'm going to be doing.
Well, you have to join
memo.
the Patreon.
First, you have to join the Patreon.
It's a level. Maybe I'll add a
cum tribute. That could be a level
where you can send photographs directly to you. I'll figure out a way where they just go right to you. I don't have to.
What's so gross about it? What's so gross about it?
Nothing's gross.
Why don't you want to see it?
I just,
Does it make you jealous?
Yeah. I'm seething with jealousy. Somebody.
So you would beat a guy up if he sent me a cum tribute. You'd find him, you'd dox him.
I got to say,
and we'll beat him up.
We'll talk to our guest about beating people up, but I don't know. I still entertain the idea that I could maybe, like you were talking about in your John Early voice memos thing about how you create these scenarios in your head when somebody's like acting weird. You're like, I'll throw my drink in his eyes and then do this.
That was what I was thinking.
Like I get, like I'll be out on the streets and there'll be like a weird guy, you just get weird. Your spidey sense starts going and there's like a guy near you and you're like, all right, this guy. And I always have like a pocket knife on me and I'm like, all right, I have my pointy knife, which would be good for stabbing.
Yeah.
And whatever, I concoct these like, okay, I do it and flip them over my shoulder.
Yeah.
But then in reality, I could probably, I wonder what the youngest person who could beat me up is. Maybe, definitely. There's
17.
I'm thinking there's probably a 13-year-old out there who could beat me up.
They have so much energy. That's the difference.
Well, there's probably a
and adrenaline.
Well, and then there's also MMA now these days.
Oh, boy. Yeah.
Like people are watching MMA. There's MMA, like instead of just karate.
Yeah.
Kids are going to MMA classes. And I feel like the parents who are
Who's going to MMA classes?
It's the people who try to look up to the Kardashians as role models, I think. And like just everything, they're in that universe of like weird plasticity.
Do you think if someone was going to go on a stabbing spree, if I threw my drink in their eyes, would that stop them even for a second?
I mean, you do anything to anybody's eyes, it's going to slow them
That's
down.
what I was thinking. I was like,
what do
I have? I have rosé. I have
not
wine.
Stop anyone.
Like I'm thinking it goes up in their eye where they're like,
No.
fuck, and they can't see.
That's gonna
because it burns their eyes.
Because even like mace isn't like you're gonna have to have something that really.
What do you mean
like,
mace?
drops.
Mace doesn't work.
I mean, if somebody's
I should keep mace. Duh. I need mace.
if somebody is
Poison
out of their
mace.
mind on a stabbing spree is next level. That's crazier than shooting spree. Like you have to be like more
adrenaline. You're full of.
You're really out of it, or you're really like being
so that
wild.
would. So my plan is that
you're
wouldn't
gonna
do
have to
anything.
like throw acid in their eyes. Like you're gonna have to like do something
Shock
that will
them.
debilitate them.
Yeah.
But I feel like any kind of traditional mace, taser, like they're gonna be able to.
I've been fucking
fight.
pepper sprayed.
All right, well let's get to.
I need milk.
The problem with pepper spray is if you spray it on someone, you spray yourself too.
It creates kind of
everywhere.
like a cloud.
Yeah.
And I did that at a party once in Philly. There was a party and a girl had on her keychain, a thing of mace. And I was like, would that work? Like, how bad does it hurt or whatever? And she's like, you can try it. And of course, I was with my crazy friends.
Yeah.
And was like, okay, I'm going to make, okay. All right, I went and I stood over the kitchen sink and did like
Did it hurt?
a spray in my eyes. Yeah. It's like, okay, yeah, this shit is, it fucks you up. Like, all of your mucous membrane, like your nose, like it's like,
right.
You're
Your
like,
secrete.
okay,
Yeah,
I'm
you
fucking,
can't. Yeah.
Oh, I said a bad word.
I just got fucking pepper sprayed.
I just got some pepper spray. But
I need milk.
I was like, yeah, this, okay, I get it. Which is, I feel like you should outside of a gun or a knife or whatever, but it's like, if this is supposed to be a deterrent, like even those little stun gun things, it's like, is that, like, I feel like I've done that to myself and it's just kind of like, ah!
Well, it's different if you're, like, I brush my own hair and it doesn't hurt, but if someone else does
That's
it to
what
me,
you
it
should
hurts.
do.
Brush their hair. But what if it's a
Somebody's coming at you.
guy?
Brush it with a comb. Brush it with a
Yeah, that
harder
guy was
brush.
weird. That guy was
a
weird.
wooden brush.
This is what it's like to be a woman. Just always on guard.
Yeah, right.
Unless you're in Japan. That shit doesn't happen in Japan.
Because everybody knows karate.
Exactly. And they're all eating rice.
So this guy Maxwell Schott is his name.
Okay.
Like Marge Schott. SCHOT.
Is she the one who said the bad words?
Yeah, she said the N word. She was like, she used to own the Cincinnati Reds.
Right.
That's like, what a great situation.
How do you
Her
get,
husband died. Her husband owned it and left it to her.
But how does one own a team?
You have a lot of money and you buy a baseball team.
It's just so weird. How is it up for sale?
People
Why?
have them and like you have a shitty team and you're just kind of like, you can unload a team for, I don't know.
I could unload a team.
Cost
I
now?
could unload a
$1 billion?
team. I could unload a baseball
All right.
team.
Yeah, sexually again. What is it with everybody and their sex jokes?
I think I'm ovulating.
Okay. Do you want to have another kid?
No.
Well, we'll get to our guest. He's sitting there. Is he sitting there patiently, Aaron?
Yes.
Maybe he's ready.
Well, he can hear us.
Oh, okay.
Is he enjoying us so far?
I see him laughing.
Okay. All right. We'll get to him in a second. I want to try this game out.
All right.
Because this guy did a lot of work. Maxwell Schott, not to be confused with Marge Schott. Remember Billy West on Howard Stern? He used to-
Yeah.
Billy West was great on Stern.
Come on, let's stick.
So this guy, he emailed our lawyer, Frank Cum,
Okay.
which that's not a bad word. It is his last name.
Okay.
With an idea for a game because you know how we make up songs
Yeah.
during the show. So he's made a list of songs that we did.
Okay.
And the game is, can we guess how it goes?
Okay.
Based
That's
on
funny.
the title.
Okay.
Cough break.
Probably not. I'm going to
need a
say
cough
no.
break. We'll see. Well, let's see. We have 1, 2. I don't know. We have like a dozen of them.
Okay, we'll do
here.
a couple.
So let's see. I'll read some names and we'll pick them and see if we can guess how they go. Okay. Okay. Half past a cow's ass. I know how that would probably go.
Half past
Half past a cow's ass,
quarter to its balls. Probably something fast like that. Half past a cow's ass. Does
Okay,
he have
well,
clips
let's
of the
see.
song?
No, yeah, he
Okay,
has
okay.
them here. That's
Half past a cow's ass, quarter to its balls.
half past a cow's ass, quarter to its balls. Half past a cow's ass, quarter to its balls. That's how I'm gonna think it goes.
I thought it was a little more aggressive than
Okay,
that.
well you do yours.
Half past the cow's ass, quarter to its balls. Like that. I don't know the rest of it though.
Half past a cow's ass, quarter to its balls. So I'm more in that.
Sing-songy,
Okay, yeah.
melodic. Let's see.
We'll see how it goes.
Yeah.
We're on the
Cow dick. And the bovine balls. Going down the hall of my school, 'cause I'm just a kid. Hear my voice? Now I'm gonna kick it over to my boys.
I'm not a boy, I am a girl. Even though my titties are small, I wish that I could have big giant ones. I have
That's
it
true.
all, I get the whole world. Anything that I ask, everybody would give to me because my stomach is small.
Wait, when did we go to
My
that
titties
part?
are
Well,
big, and my butt is small.
I can't pre-listen to these because that would be cheating. So I'm just gonna take it. But it's a minute long.
That's a good
so.
song.
But my titties are big, and my hair is long, and I got big giant round tits like you.
I gotta talk about that a lot, huh?
Big titties hurting my back.
Got a six-pack and big hairy bovine balls. Big hairy bovine balls. Half past a cow's dick, quarter to its ass. Now I gotta go run down to my class. Gotta.
All right.
When was that from? That's
That's episode 162. So almost 100 episodes ago.
Jesus.
And we had our final episode was the last episode.
Yeah,
Or no,
so this is the new season.
actually we're pre-recording. I don't know. We'll figure it out eventually.
Okay, another one. It is
Okay.
kind of fun taking a trip down memory lane.
I want my Aussie bites.
Oh my God. I remember eating them.
I remember, there were Aussie bites.
I was really into Aussie Bites. That was like a couple years ago,
It was episode 90, so 100 and
like 3 years ago. Probably. Miles was probably a baby.
65. Yeah. Aussie bites. No, I think
Jesus.
you might have been pregnant. Anyway, how does I want my Aussie bites go?
No idea. Literally no idea.
I want my Aussie bites.
No, I don't know. I want my Aussie Bites. Maybe like a jingle.
Let's see.
Where's my Aussie bites?
Oh.
Where my Aussie bites? I need my Aussie bites.
Aussie Bites.
Where my Aussie bites? Where my Aussie bites? I need my Aussie bites.
Okay.
I need my Aussie bites now, bitch. I don't eat my Aussie bites, I'm gonna fuck up my trailer. I'm gonna fuck it up. I'm gonna throw my shit around. I'm gonna throw a fit. I'm gonna walk off the set.
Yep.
I'm gonna quit the movie.
Yep.
Okay.
That's
That's
true,
the
though.
old Cisco Hold music that kind of got... I was in on the ground floor on that. That was Bone Zone days.
That was Bone Zone days. That was World Record Podcast. That was World Record
But
right there.
I don't know.
That was
if, You know,
Ghost.
people are listening. Like, we don't have any listeners, but there are people listening. Do you know Howard Stern? Oh, I didn't tell you about this.
What?
The Howard Stern Show. So I do feel that there...
For sure.
I know people who work there.
For sure.
And somebody's so
Stop.
there have
What?
been things that where I'm like, oh,
Yeah,
that's
yeah.
interesting. We kind of just did something like that.
Yeah.
So they played a game on Howard Stern on the Stern Show. I haven't really been listening that regularly, but I've been checking it because he takes like the summers off now. And I listened, and they played a game called "Is This Coming or a Chiropractic Adjustment?" Which I feel is our coming or shitting
Yep.
game. It's very similar, you know.
And
Yeah,
was it
again,
a
it's
girl
not
doing
rocket
it,
science.
or was a guy doing it?
Both. Well, they would have a porno clip and then an audio recording of
You know
somebody getting
what?
an adjustment. And
I
they're
don't
like,
know.
"Oh!"
Maybe I invented that.
I mean, it's close, you know. So maybe we're on the right
Wow.
track if the number one.
Come on, give us a job. Pay us for our creativity, Howard
I have an idea
Stern.
for the Stern Show. I feel like he's going to retire this year. Okay, one more song, and then we'll get to our.
Okay.
We can pick the. Well, let's see. We got this one. He titled. I mean, I don't know if he's titling them. There's one, "Lady with a Long Leg," which I'm pretty sure I used to sing that when I was little.
Okay.
With my lady with a long leg, lady with a short leg. Lady. Let's just see if that's how. That's probably how it goes. She got one long leg. She got one short leg. Lady with a long leg. Lady with a short leg.
Lady with a long leg.
She got one long leg. She got one short leg.
Lady with a short leg.
No, you're right.
Lady with a long leg, lady with a short leg. That's a 3-minute long song. You know, and again, shout out to Maxwell Shot. Max, if you go by, would you go Max Shot? I feel
No,
like
Maxwell's better.
2 one-syllable names is tough. Okay, so one last one, and then we'll get to our guest. So we have, I'll throw out a few titles: Felching House, Funeral Home Bitch, Just Drank Piss, Rat Tat Tat. I feel like
Rat tat tat tat.
Yeah,
Rat tat tat tat. Like
yeah,
that.
I remember that. Yeah, that's. I ate a mouse edible, fell down a well.
Yeah, fell down a well. I feel like that's a more recent one.
Hellman got canceled. Toilet Homer.
No idea. I don't
Gay
know.
Gopher.
Gay gopher?
Brendan, I love you, but you hate me. First name Josh, last name Gad. If You Cross Spam, featuring DJ Doho. So
I don't know.
We'll just pick
Play one.
Yeah, I mean, which one seems the most foreign to you? I don't like.
I drink piss. I drink piss.
Funeral Home Bitch Just Drank Piss.
Yeah, I have no idea.
Okay, and then we'll get our guest on.
Okay.
Bring it.
Funeral home lady just drank piss. She just drank piss. A funeral home bitch just drank piss. The funeral home bitch just drank piss.
That's
Sing it.
right, that's right. Funeral home bitch, she just drank piss.
What's this?
What the fuck is up with this? Her husband ain't gonna give her a kiss, cause that dumb
That's Eli
bitch, she
Braden.
just drank piss.
Oh.
What the fuck? I say,
Episode
what the
22.
fuck? What she gonna suck? Tonight? I don't know. It ain't gonna be piss though. Yo, check it out. Brendan Walsh on the mic.
New Year's resolution for this hoe. She's gonna shit on a glass coffee table while you lay down below.
Like
Watch
that.
your shit.
Who's that red-haired guy? Danny Kaye. Was he gay? Was he strange? We don't know, but we know that he laid under a coffee table made of glass and a bitch shit on it. That's right.
Listen, all you bitches who like to shit on glass coffee tables. I'm Brendan Walsh, will lay underneath and watch. I'm into that stuff, and I love kissing shit. So my number is area code 541 something.
555 555 555 555.
That's funny.
Let's let our guest in.
You gotta put these on a CD.
On the beat though.
We could put this on the beat. Maybe you're on the phone. Yeah, it
She got some pipes. Bagpipes.
is. Yeah. This bag has some pipes.
Am I right?
You hear what I said?
Keep going bag.
You.
You're mean.
Did you let our guest in? Uh-oh. Thunder. Oh, here's our guest. Oh, look at that. Can he...
Look at that head.
Like, go back. Look at that hair.
Look at this guy.
Look at that head.
Damn, that's
Giant head, buddy.
perfectly shaped.
We got, ladies and gentlemen, from, you may know him from Brendan's childhood. We got Jerry Volpe, owner, operator of Volpe's Water Ice in Philadelphia. Water Ice. It's the only place.
Yeah.
I don't think any place in the world outside of Philadelphia calls water like it's shaved
water,
ice.
but it's not. My dad.
different, yeah.
So my dad was in the hospital, and when he was discharged, he did all that sounded good to him was like sorbet because he was like real sick, whatever. And so he ordered Italian ice, lemon Italian ice. He's like, "You got to try this." I'm like, "That's water ice.
Yeah.
I know all about it."
Right.
Yeah, it's good.
That's right.
It's
good. It's something that you can't get anywhere else except for, well, this pretty much the East Coast, because there's another company that went corporate, which will remain nameless.
They're up and down the East Coast now. They're all the way
in Florida. So it's definitely something that we are going to expand on.
Where do you get your water ice from? This is so Jerry and I have known each other since we're 4 years old.
Aw.
Yeah.
4?
Yeah.
60 years you guys have known each other.
Well, speaking of being old, Jerry's going to be a grandfather.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
It would be so fun to be a grandparent. So fun.
You have 2 young children.
I cannot wait to be a grandparent. It seems like you get all the best part of it and none of the shitty part of it, you know?
Well, how old's your daughter?
She is 21. And she's due in November, and it's a girl. So I'm pretty excited about that.
Oh, I loved having a girl.
Yeah.
They're so much better than boys. No offense.
They're easier. Boys are like, so we had my daughter first, and like you guys did.
Yeah.
And then you're like, that was easy. Let's do it again.
Mm-hmm.
And then the son comes, and he didn't sleep for 5 years straight. And it was, we were second guessing that decision for 5 years. It was insane.
So we got
Miles was bad for like the first couple years, and that was pretty
I was
rough.
out of my mind. I didn't have sleep.
I was sort of
2
like,
years,
I don't
3
even really remember him being a baby because I was like
it sucked,
on
man.
like 5
It was
hours of
COVID.
broken sleep.
There was like the COVID nonsense happening, and then we had this baby and like Tina, the dog.
The dog I wanted to kill.
Yeah, we all wanted to kill everybody. It sucked.
I never wanted to kill my baby.
We wanted to kill everybody besides the source of the problem.
I wanted to sleep for like 3 days straight. It was like it didn't matter how much I slept. I still felt like I couldn't get back to being normal until he was probably like 2.
Yeah. Well, we had a different, but he's
But now he's
both,
easy
and
as pie.
We've talked about it. We agree.
like him better.
We love him more than we love our daughter.
Yeah.
So
it is so sick.
What's your? Do you have like a secret recipe of your water? Like, do you make it yourself, or do you just go to like?
Sure.
So
we make everything from scratch, and we use fresh juice. It's just a family recipe that's been in my family for generations. My dad got the recipe from his grandmother, so. He started selling water ice. Like, it wasn't his main source of income by any means.
No, he used to. From what I remember from childhood, your dad used to. His source of income was sleeping on the couch, face down, ass up.
That's right. That is the standard position for
his dad did
after construction nap.
He would sleep with his ass sticking up in the
air. That's funny.
Oh my God! How about when we used to talk about setting up a trap for my dad's cousin Carol?
Yeah. Put a sandwich
in the yard with we'll put a couch out there, and then a big box with a stick and a rope, and then as soon as she sits down on it, we'll pull the string, and the box will come down over her.
Yeah.
and we'll have had captured her.
Why did you want to capture her?
She was just always around.
Well, yeah, I mean, like, you know, like when you see birds in the yard, you want to just catch them. You know, it's like shit like that. You know, animals, squirrels, you want to catch them? I don't know. Look at them. That's what we were going to do to her.
Poker with a stick.
You and your brother didn't.
Poker with a stick.
I didn't really. I was pretty indifferent to Carol, but she would be around because, like, in the summer times, I'd go over to Jerry's place because your parents. My mom was kind of always around. She was always home. Yeah. So I like to go hang out at places where there were no parents. Yeah. Then you could go crazy.
Yeah.
And Jerry...
We would go to your house when your mom wasn't home. And that was a good time.
Yeah.
We tortured your mother. We tortured mine.
Yeah.
As well from a very young age. Oh, dude. Do you remember when you used to call me and say, I'd be upstairs in my bedroom, you know, and you go, yo, just keep calling your mom until she answers. Like, she's like at the other side of the house, in the kitchen. And he'd say, just keep going. I'd be like screaming on top of my lungs, Mom! And he'd be giggling like a little kid. And then he'd hear her answer me finally, so mad. What is it that you want? Why? And he goes, say nothing, say nothing. And I would hit her with a nothing, forget it. And he would just lose it. It was the best. We were little, you know, we were little. And all we did was torture them.
That's what you thought was funny, was making your poor mom crazy. You still like that. You still like that.
It's not as fun anymore.
It was the
best.
Not
funny anymore because, she's...
All we did was torture our parents. That was like... We weren't allowed to really do anything else, so we just tortured them. You know, we were little kids. Like, what else are you going to do? So, you know, a lot, too.
And I called, there was we probably talked about
Me and you
this.
got arrested. One of us got arrested every summer.
Yeah.
From like 5 or 6 years, like the eggs and the cops and...
Yeah.
What were you egging?
And
we were just throwing...
taxi cabs and you know, cop cars, whatever, if we could get away.
Every summer, because Jerry went to a different school. He went to this Italian Catholic grade school, and I went to this other one. They were like in the same neighborhood, but one was just like
they were a few blocks away.
You had to be Italian to go there for some reason.
True.
And
that's true.
And mine was like, you know, Irish and Polish and all that. There were Italians in my school though. So we would we didn't really hang out that much during the school year because, you know, we're going to different schools. But in the summer, we always were on the same baseball team.
Right.
And we'd hang out in the summers. And by the end of the summer, our parents would ban us from hanging out with each other.
Because you'd get into trouble.
Yeah, the cops would take us home. I know we've talked about that before, like where we egged. We were just like, I mean, Jerry, I'm not trying to throw Jerry under the bus, but I don't think the eggs was I think he was doing that because Jerry was friends with like other bigger scumbags in the neighborhood.
I was friends with pretty much.
I was scared of a lot of people.
All the crazy people in the neighborhood.
I had a pretty I liked our neighborhood, and this is something like getting older too. Like Jerry's going to be a grandfather, but we're all kind of, and I think it's just part of getting older, like realizing how insane our childhoods were. Yeah, that we just took for granted because you're like, that's where you grew up,
just unsupervised chaos.
But also, and Laser Wang described it in a phone call with me where he said, we grew up in pure violence, and
that's true.
It's not normal. Like, but and like Mercer's neighborhood was, I say it's worse, but you know what? That's the thing. I don't know if it was like Chris Rock. Somebody said there's always like you live in a terrible neighborhood, but there's always another neighborhood that they're like, no, that one's bad. And it's like somebody just shot your mom. It's like, no, but it's worse there.
It's true. I mean, there was different levels of danger.
Yeah.
Not being from John's neighborhood, you didn't go to John's neighborhood at night unless
I stopped
you were
hanging
going
out.
to a specific house or something. Like, you're not walking that neighborhood. And
well, the guys he hung out with would mug people. Like, if you were just walking down the street, they would just take.
What neighborhood was it? Olney.
Olney, yeah.
Olney. It's still not very nice.
And they would come down to Tacony, and this is around the time when, like, starter jackets and all those, they were very expensive coats and winter coats with teams, football teams. And the parents bought them, or, kids saved up their money to get them.
Or they stole them from John Wanamaker.
They would take them off and put them in a pile and play football. And those guys would just pull up in a car and get out and take the whole pile of jackets and put it in their car and leave.
God, that just sucks.
And until they got caught.
And what we started saying was Jerry was like, he was a little more dialed in with, because I talked to Jerry on the phone for a while the other day, and it's funny because we are all realizing how, like, Jerry has a friend, a guy I went to school with, who's dating a therapist who told him that he has PTSD, and he was like, I wasn't.
Oh my God, that's so funny.
I wasn't in the army. Jerry, you tell it because you're business partners with him.
It's Danny.
For the full uncut episode, head to patreon.com/World Record Podcast. For the full uncut episode, head to patreon.com/World Record Podcast. Patreon.com/World Record Podcast.